Hey guys, so today we're going to be learning how to install Python packages. Now I sent out the homework and I told you guys to read chapter 6 about EasyGUI. However, one mistake I made is that I totally forgot that you don't have EasyGUI installed. So what Hello World in the book, they gave you an installer and it was made in Python too, but it also had a bunch of libraries installed which included EasyGUI. However, for this class, I had you just install the vanilla version from python.org, and it didn't come with this library called EasyGUI. So I'm just going to be showing you how to install EasyGUI and potentially other packages later on in the future. This is just a quick intro to it. We're going to be talking about terminals, PowerShell, pip, and other command line stuff later on in the class. But this is just something quick so that you can install EasyGUI and do the homework for this week. Okay, so I will be showing you how to do it on both Windows 10 and Mac OS. And let me just start with the Windows. So there are several methods of doing this, but I definitely recommend you do this one that I'm going to show you, and that's to go to python.org. And you're going to want to re-download this installer that you used to install Python at the beginning of the year. So just download that, and you can X that out, and then run. And make sure don't hit the repair or uninstall options. Hit the modify option. Make sure all of these are selected. Go to next. Actually, for sure, make sure this option right here, pip, make sure that's selected. But I think this all should be selected. So go on to next, and you're gonna want to search for this option. This should normally be unchecked. Add Python to environmental variables, and you're gonna want to check that. And I think that's the only thing you're gonna want to check. If this is already checked, then that's good. Just leave it checked. So you just want to make sure that's checked. Then you can install, and that will basically add Python to the path for you, and that just basically allows you to run Python directly from your command line or PowerShell. Okay. So yeah, let's just open up PowerShell. And don't worry if you don't. I said the term PowerShell or command line several times. Don't worry if you don't understand it. We'll again talk about it later on. But it's basically the place where you can do anything on your system. So if you didn't see what I did here, I right-clicked on the Windows button, not left-clicked, right-clicked, and then I went to here and hit this Windows PowerShell option. In the future, we'll show you how to use this admin option, but for now, just go to here, just the Windows PowerShell, and you should have something like this. And don't worry if you don't see JSM Tech, jsmtech.org, my blog. This is just my customized version, and I just customized it to say that. So I'm just going to clear the screen here, and this applies to Mac OS as well. If you don't want anything, if you want to clear the terminal, clear PowerShell, just hit clear, just type clear, hit enter, and it will make everything clear. And so this is great. Just give yourself a clean environment. I'm just going to make it smaller. Yeah, okay, so that's all set up to do Python, and I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to bring up my Mac right here and show you how to open up a terminal in Mac OS. Yeah, so in Mac OS we call it a terminal versus PowerShell on Windows or command line on Windows. So in your Mac, you could always go to Launchpad and search for terminal there, but I really like using Spotlight. So I think this is Control. I think it's Command Space on your Mac. So Command Space, open Spotlight, and type in terminal, and hit enter right there. That should bring you to something that looks almost like this. It's not gonna have colors like this. I just customized it to do that again. but you should see something like this. And I'm just gonna put this in full screen here and scale it down a bit too much. Okay, so we're going to learn how to install Python packages now. So in Python, we have something called pip, and it stands for the Python Package Manager. I'm not exactly sure how they got pip. Yeah, they did something to get that name. And that just basically allows us to install Python packages. And again, we're probably going to talk about packages probably in 2 weeks, so don't worry if you don't know what that means. So actually, before we even do that, I just want to show you something really quick. So we keep talking about the IDLE, or the Python shell, and it's basically just a thing that lets you run interactive commands. You can also run it from your terminal or PowerShell. So if you just type in python.exe, this is on Windows only, so python.exe on Windows. It brings you to this, and notice how you can do everything you can do in the IDLE. This is basically the IDLE, but in PowerShell. And to exit that, you would type exit and then parentheses. Make sure you put those parentheses in; those are important. On macOS, that's actually different. So macOS, you don't have to edit anything. You don't have to do that installer we did at the beginning. You can just type in Python 3 and make sure you do Python 3, because if you just type in Python, it's going to go to an old version of Python. So make sure you do Python 3, and there's no .exe. Yeah, and you get to this Python version. Same concept applies. It's exactly like the IDLE. And then one great thing is that I'll just type this in. One great thing. Yeah, so if you just saw that, that's what I want to demonstrate. So you can hit the up arrow key to go back to previous commands. So yeah, this is really useful if, like, I just made a mistake right now. I entered that command, and what I did was I just hit the up arrow key to go back and edit it. It made it really nice. So right in here you can exit, make sure you do double parentheses, and I'm just going to clear it to make it more clear. Alright, so now we're going to learn about pip. So I just mentioned pip to you. We're going to start running this command. So in Python, just hit pip.exe. Yeah, let's start with that, pip.exe, and you'll see this. Yeah, so you can clear the screen. Well, actually, let's just look at this quickly. It just tells you a bunch of help, and you have all these options. You can probably check that out on your own. But notice this first one is install. So the command is install, and then this description just says install packages. So I'm going to clear the screen right here, and I'm going to type in pip.exe install, and we're going to install EasyGUI. So just type in your package name, EasyGUI. Make sure to follow all the spaces I'm putting in here and all the capitalizations, which is none. So I'm not capitalizing anything, everything's lowercase. And just hit enter on that, and it should install EasyGUI for you automatically. So going over to my Mac over here, that'd be pretty much the same thing, except you're going to want to type pip 3, and make sure you do that 3 in there on macOS, because otherwise it will be using an old version that ships with macOS. So pip 3 install EasyGUI. Same concept, follow all the spaces and make sure everything's lowercase. And that should automatically install EasyGUI, excuse me, right there for you too. So once that's done, you can just open up your IDLE, or you can do it in here. I'm just going to do IDLE just to show you that it's universal. So open up IDLE whether you're on Windows or Mac, and just type in import, no, non-capital, import EasyGUI. Enter. And if you don't see any errors in there, if it just goes on to the next line like that, then that's great. You have EasyGUI installed, and you can go ahead and do all the options in Python in chapter 6. Don't worry if you don't understand what this import means. We'll be talking about that in 2 weeks, and you'll probably end up using this a lot in your programs. Okay, so at the 10-minute marker now, but let me know if you have any questions. If you have any errors doing anything, just send me an email. Also, remember to send me an email if you got everything done correctly. Okay, so I'm looking forward to seeing your guys' homework this week and seeing you all in class.